The basic idea is that what happens in the future influences what's happening now. Well, a lot of people have not wanted to wrap their head around it. They have not been satisfied with that answer. Einstein famously said, God does not play dice. But Niels Bohr basically dominated the field until really the last couple of decades, when what's called the Copenhagen interpretation, and he was from Denmark, so it's called the Copenhagen interpretation, when it's kind of broken down. And now you have this kind of flurry of rival theories going on in the field. So you've got, besides the Copenhagen interpretation, you have many worlds theory that we talked about. You've got Bohm's pilot wave theory. You've got multiple rival theories, but retrocausation, or some version of retrocausation, and not all physicists call it retrocausation. The problem is they use different terms sometimes to mean the same thing.
Like what? What are we looking at?
Well, so they'll tell you that to be really precise, you can't talk in terms of causation anymore, and you need to talk in terms of constraints. Like they'll use different language because they don't want to give this impression that somehow energy is traveling from the future to the past and stuff like that. There's a team that wrote a book relatively recently called Beyond the Dynamical Universe, which is basically making this same argument that I'm talking about, but they don't use the term retrocausation, and they take pains to distinguish themselves from,
right.
But they're basically talking about the same thing, which is that something happening in the future is constraining what's happening now, and thus that's a kind of information traveling backward in time. For us ordinary humans who need to be able to grasp this somehow, we need these clumsy expressions like influence or information traveling backward in time. We need to be able to put it that way so that we can wrap our heads around it. But that's, a physicist will have a more precise way of talking about it. But the basic idea is that what happens in the future influences what's happening now.